Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 9 of chapter 18. Karyam ityeva yat karma
Karyam ityeva yat karma
niyatam kriyate Arjuna
niyatam kriyate Arjuna
sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva
sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva
satyaga satviko mataha.
satyagah satviko matah.
But for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Karyam,
Karyam,
it must be done.
it must be done.
Iti,
Iti,
thus.
thus.
Eva,
Eva,
indeed.
indeed.
Yat,
Yat,
which.
karma,
work.
Niyatam,
prescribed.
Kriyate,
is performed.
Arjuna,
O Arjuna.
Sangam,
Association.
Tyaktva,
Giving up. Phalam, the result. Cha, also. Eva, certainly. Saha, that. Tyagaha, renunciation. Satvikaha, in the mode of goodness. Mataha, in my opinion. Translation. O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty, only because it ought to be done, and renounces all material association, and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. So the Lord has spoken about renunciation under the influence of the three gunas. So today it is about renunciation in the mode of goodness. Prescribed duties must be performed with this mentality. One should act without attachment for the result. He should be disassociated from the modes of work. A man working in Krishna consciousness in a factory does not associate himself with the work of the factory, nor with the workers of the factory. He simply works for Krishna. And when he gives up the result for Krishna, he is acting transcendentally. So when you are practicing renunciation in the mode of goodness, Prabhupada is actually likening this to practicing renunciation in the mode of pure goodness, which is you are essentially doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. But here, Prabhupada is using the word, we are working for Krishna and we are giving up the result for Krishna. That means you've not developed love yet, or complete love yet, Krishna Prema yet. So that's the only thin line between the mode of goodness and the mode of pure goodness. In the mode of pure goodness, you do it of your own free will. You do it because you love Krishna. Here, Krishna has told us that we have to work for him. Therefore, you work for him. Krishna has told us not to be attached to the results. Therefore, we try not to be attached to the results. So you are doing this more out of a sense of duty and responsibility and trying to be obedient. Obedience is one thing, but loving someone naturally is another thing, right? So that's the difference here. Renunciation in the mode of goodness. From another parampara, Sri Krishna now describes the superior kind of renunciation, where we continue to perform our obligatory duties, but give up attachment to the fruits of action. He describes this as the highest kind of renunciation, which is situated in the mode of goodness, satvik. Renunciation is definitely necessary for spiritual attainment. But the problem is that people's understanding of renunciation is very shallow. and they consider it to be only the external abandonment of works. So we've already discussed this. Renunciation is not just external. Renunciation has to be internal. Such renunciation leads to hypocrisy, which is external renunciation alone leads to hypocrisy, in which, while externally donning the robes of a renunciant, one internally contemplates upon the objects of the senses. So externally, we may be acting like we are renounced, but internally, we are just burning with so many desires, which nobody can see, but still you are thinking about it, you're contemplating on it. There are many sadhus in India who come in this category. They left the world with the noble intention of God realization, but because the mind was not yet detached from the object of their senses, their renunciation did not bestow the desired results. Consequently, they found their actions did not lead them to a higher spiritual life at all. The defect was in their sequence. They strove first for external renunciation and later for internal detachment. So we have to practice internal renunciation first before you exhibit your external renunciation. So if you're only showing off your external renunciation and you think later on somewhere along the way, internal renunciation will develop automatically or magically, then we are fooling ourselves. The instruction of this verse is to reverse the sequence. First develop internal detachment and then renounce externally. So what's the best way to develop internal detachment? Very simply follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. Chant your 16 rounds every day, preferably in the Brahma Muhurta time. Observe Ekadasi fast. Read the holy books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam every day, 10 minutes. Then take up some seva in the temple. Any kind of seva, if you're not able to take up sevas in the temple, you can offer other sevas that are more on the digital side, right? Calling seva, making PowerPoints, posting updates in the WhatsApp group, making posters, so many different ways in which we can serve Krishna. This is how you develop internal renunciation. And the fastest way to develop internal renunciation is when you're chanting, is very attentive. When you're hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, every time that you chant the mantra, fastest way to get purified internally. So external renunciation, what is external renunciation? We are wearing a tilak, you know, where we wear kantimala, we wear Vaishnava attire, where we are saying we are practicing devotees, but that doesn't necessarily mean we are fully there yet. So internal renunciation, Krishna is saying, is far more important. Who can judge whether you're internally renounced? Krishna can judge that. Whether you're externally renounced, everybody can see. But nobody knows what's going inside your mind, what is there in your heart. Nobody knows. Only Krishna knows. So Krishna prefers internal renunciation. External renunciation can be a fake renunciation. Not all the time, but it could be for some of us. Only we know whether we're really genuinely good sadhakas or not, right? So this is renunciation in the mode of goodness. That is, you do your duty and responsibility because it ought to be done. But at the same time, you're not attached to the fruits thinking, oh, I'm renounced now, but I'm not getting the results. So both should be there. We should do our prescribed duties and responsibilities. And at the same time, we should not worry about whether we are getting that result that we so desire.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.